Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Daemonhunters series here. I don't know what episode we're on because I've been recording a few of these in a row, but thank you to the channel members. Thank you to Tyler, Tobias, Walter, Moses, and Jared. Thank you guys so much for those channel memberships. Really helps out a bunch. All right, let's roll straight into it here. So in the last episode, we did acquire some purple seeds here. And we almost have enough, Jesus Christ, words are hard today. We almost have enough to research the Codex Toxicus, which is only going to take 17 days. We need some blue seeds though. So I'm hoping we can acquire some blue seeds in this episode here. Let's go ahead and see if we can. We are on day 286 here. Okay. A legend arrives. What is this? Commander, I've been following the developments of your campaign closely, and I believe this bloom you have encountered may be the gravest threat facing the Imperium today. Should I read the rest of it in the 40k voice? Sure, I'll try.
I have informed Grandmaster Kai that I will be joining your strike force. It would be my honor to purge this corruption at your side. Let us end this bloom together.
There you go. A little bit of 40k voice for you there. But our barracks is at maximum capacity. Tightener, swap him with another knight. Let's go ahead and swap him as he is level motherfucking 20 here. Let's go ahead and send back this apothecary here. There we go. And that's going to, yeah, we should be good, no? Yeah, continue. Okay. Let's see here. Do we have him now? Oh my God, it is Castellan Crow. Is it Castellan? Garin Crow, okay. So I wasn't sure if I was going to use this guy, but since I am starting to struggle in some of these missions, I am going to 100%. He is an absolute fucking tank. He is a purifier, a level 20 purifier. He is beyond the highest level in the game by far, and I think we will end up using him. If he becomes a little bit too overpowered, then maybe I won't. But the question is, who are we going to replace to bring him on a mission? That is the real question. I don't think it's going to be Storm. I don't think it's going to be Ilanthus. I think it's going to have to be one of the Purgators, and I'm leaning towards Purgator Thule. I know the scatter shot is quite useful indeed, but I don't know. I feel like Rugen has a lot more utility to him. I just don't know, man. This is going to be a tough decision, but it's not one we'll have to make at least for the next 30 seconds. So I'll go ahead and think it over while we advance time here. That Death Guard fleet is moving away from us. All right, we do have some new bloom activity missions here. That is going to be for purple seeds. We don't need purple seeds. We need blue seeds. That's for yellow seeds. This is going to be, oh, okay, this is blue seeds. We are going to have to go through a warp storm to do that. And there is a Death Guard fleet right next to it that is going to be moving towards there, I think. Yeah, this is going to be quite risky, I think, but we do need to go for it. Do we have any prognosticars here? We don't have any prognosticars left. That's quite unfortunate. We're just going to have to... Oh, okay. Hold on. We're going to have to avoid the Death Guard fleet here. We're going to have to take a right turn here. And hopefully we can go around this Death Guard fleet. And hopefully it will move. I think it may... Okay, there we go. That is quite useful there. Don't really want to start new research if we're about to get a new bloom seed there. Because then we'll be able to... we will be able to actually... Oh. What is happening here?
It's come to my attention that your previous campaign stripped the edict of its most venerable knights. It seems this bloom will not be purged quickly.
Ooh,
so
okay.
I should do what I can to remedy the deficit.
Let's see here. I'm gonna...
I must balance your desires against the needs of other campaigns. So tell me, what skills would best help your cause?
Okay, what is the best specialist knight here? I'm going to look this up because I don't want to make a mistake here. Let's see here. The Purifier is technically speaking the best one. So let's go ahead and let's request a purifier. I don't know. Is it the best idea? Let's see here. I'm gonna read a little Reddit post here. Pally is probably outshone for either specialist, but the one Sun has melee. Ooh. Oh, okay. We're gonna go librarian. Yeah, let's do librarian. We can swap out a knife. Let's swap out apothecary harm for him, and let's confirm that.
Adept. Yes, we will have a use for him.
Running into a Death Guard fleet, though, that is the question. Do we want to do that? I think we're gonna have to. Oh, mission is unreachable. Oh shit, we fucked up here. Yeah, we may have fucked up. Let's just go back to the central system here. Like I said, guys, I'm a complete and total noob, especially when it comes to turn-based tactical games. I'm not exactly the smartest fellow in the world, and we are gonna have that mission expire here. Oh no.
Servitor reserves have reached critically low numbers. A nearby storehouse of the Adeptus Mechanicus has been notified and stockpiles allocated. However, availability may not remain secure. The coordinates have been...
Okay, I think we should go do that. If there is a... Okay, we'll have to go through the Death Guard fleet, or it's gonna keep moving this way. Are we going to run into the Death Guard fleet? I think we're just gonna skate by them there. Very luckily, just gonna make it by the Death Guard fleet there, and we're gonna acquire some more servitors here.
Update. The storehouse quartermaster is withholding half our quota of servitors. This behavior is highly unorthodox.
That sounds like corruption to me.
Dominus, what do you think he wants?
Egotism is a vulgar personality paradigm. Mars will be notified.
We can't exactly wait for him to be replaced. Perhaps we can offer something in exchange.
A master-crafted Stormbolter. Let's go ahead and
Sacred armor
offer
must
one of
entice-
those.
Offer a storm bolter at most.
Yeah, that's fine. That's going to give us plus 15 servitors, though. And I think we should probably go for the Gellerfield first. Yeah, the Gellerfield's probably going to be the thing that we should go for. Looks like that's going to be red there. This is going to be blue seeds, though, over here. Mission is unreachable. Oh, this is killing me. Red seeds there as well. We do... Oh, man, this is like we're playing a fucking dangerous game over here, man. We really are. There are some blue systems down here that we may get in the next one. I want to avoid combat unless I am getting something out of it, but it may end up making this much, much harder by the end. We do have the ability to research some stuff, so let's go see if there's anything that we can research here. Prognoscars minus 15. Yeah, I think we'll go for that. That's gonna take 39 days though. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That does help us out quite a bit indeed. Yeah, we are gonna be in a rough place here though. We're gonna have to... Okay, let's stop time here and let's try to get past the Death Guard fleet here. They are gonna move this way. We are gonna avoid them. They're both trying to move towards us. I think we'll go to a central location here. That'll give us some time to avoid them. All right, Geller Field is completed. We do not have... Oh no, we do have the servitors to increase the ship's speed, so that is good. Let's go in advanced time here. Let's see if we can get a blue seed. Okay, there are now 3 Death Guard fleets here. We have a Grandmaster's report coming up now.
I will be brief. Your strategy to combat these Reapers is one I can get behind. I will provide additional ordnance and trust you will make good use of it. There is, however, one point I must address. Inquisitor Vakir, the detail in your reports has become jarringly opaque. I have had to rely on Brother Ektar's commentary simply to pass your current progress. This leaves me with the peculiar notion that you are trying to test me in some way. I encourage you to correct this by your next report.
Testing him indeed. Should I write for an audience of simpletons?
I found much to agree with in the Grand Master's claims.
Oh, truly? I hadn't taken you for a scholar. Tell me, where in my report did you feel it necessary to edit behind my back?
As senior brother, it is my duty to act in the Citadel's requests. If you were not so blatantly preoccupied with safeguarding your reputation, I would not have been asked to intervene.
You assume much, Purifier. This plague's vectors of attack are numerous, and our understanding of its nature yet limited. I am trying, on my own and with the crudest of tools, to unravel what chaos has been brooding on for centuries. I do not have the time to waste simplifying my analysis. Commander, surely you understand this.
All right, you two have fought enough. I'm gonna discipline you both.
No disrespect, Commander.
Indeed. Just remember, this operation remains under my jurisdiction.
That's gonna give us plus 100% construction speed.
Of the Grand Master.
Alignment. Clearly established chain of command yields greatest efficiency. The commander's success in battlefield operations remains our primary concern.
All right, finally they're done arguing there. We can request some better melee weapons and better war gear, so I think we shall do so. That's going to give us tier 3 war gear and tier 4 melee weapons. We definitely need to get some of those for sure. We need to get a blue seed though. We need at least one so that we can start the research here, the Codex Toxicus here. And once we start that, that will advance the storyline here. But we also need to combat the corruption. This world is fully corrupted here. I think we may want to use an Exterminatus on that. We will have to see. Not a lot of the other worlds are very corrupt indeed. I mean, this one is 2, this one's 1. I mean, we're not doing too bad at all, I don't think. I think we're doing fairly well here in maintaining the stability within this entire star map. Let's go ahead and advance some time until we get a new bloom spawn, or more bloom spawns here. New bloom activity, sorry, my bad. All right, this one is going to give us blue seeds. We need to head over there immediately. Let's go ahead and do so. The Death Guard is another intervention required. Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
One of our brothers has been called to join the Paladins. He will require time off ship to complete his training.
Have you taken leave of your senses? All of your knights are essential to this campaign.
This is an important rite of passage for our brother. A Paladin could prove useful, even if we must do without him for some time.
Commander, if this knight insists on proving his valor, why not direct him to fight the bloom instead?
I think yeah, let's send him off because that will allow us to gain research speed there, as you can see, but also we can replace Rugen with Castellan Crow. So the Castellan there, I think he's a Castellan. I think he is a Castellan. I'm not exactly sure, but we're gonna call him that. I don't really care. Looks like the Death Guard's gonna hold there, so they shouldn't be able. Okay, we did just achieve 20% ship speed there, and we have the Geller field now, so that should deal with all warp storm risks. That is a huge thing to deal with there. Let's see here. The Exterminatus Bay. We're probably going to need to use that next. Hopefully this mission gives us servitors. I didn't actually check. No, it's going to give us a grimoire, so that's research speed. But this is corruption level 3 if we do nothing about it. Right now it's at level 2, so that's not so bad. But we definitely need to deal with this one right here. All right, win a mission without using willpower. Yeah, you're off your fucking rocker. We are going to get tier 3 falchions here and a tier 2 side cannon, along with tier 2 power armor and tier 2 equipment, though. That's very nice. We do have 4 requisitions, so we'll be able to snag at least one of these here. Let's go ahead and start the mission here. Medium danger level. Let's start here. I'm definitely not going to be able to do that glorious deed. So let's go ahead and let's bring in the Purifier Castellan Crow, looking very awesome now. Now we have 3 melee knights and only 1 ranged. Let's go ahead and proceed down to the planet's surface and check out some of Crow's abilities and see what he is capable of. From what I understand, he is quite powerful indeed, so I'm looking forward to getting him stuck into some combat here.
Are you certain the bloom is here, Ektar? This is a bustling industrial world.
The omens are plain. There is bloom spawn below. They corrupt the minds of the weak and the unworthy. Purge the unclean.
All right, we have arrived on the planet's surface here. We have to destroy only 2 bloom spawns, so not that big of a deal. One is over here, way over there, and one is a bit closer to us right here. So I think we will head to this one first. Of course, we are going to need to extract as many of those blue seeds as feasible here. Oh, he has a very, very cool voice. Let's Yes, Commander. That's so cool. I like it a lot. Let's go ahead and bring him up to here though. Hopefully he doesn't detect a patrol. Oh, he looks absolutely badass with that sword and everything there. He is a purifier. Let's go ahead and bring the Justicar up behind him here. I'm not sure exactly how much HP he has or anything. I should probably check that out before I toss him into combat here. But we'll go ahead and get this movement phase over here. The warp surge, or the warp meter is going to be going up by quite a large amount each turn, so we do need to be careful about that and make sure we are in a position to deal with that every turn. It's only going to take 3 turns. Oh, looks like we got a patrol next to that bloom spawn. That's perfectly fine with me. Oh, okay. We have detected a patrol. Patrol has moved into us here. We got 2 plague marines, it looks like there, or a plague marine and something else. So you're going to destroy all the cover there. That's not exactly ideal. Is he a psyker of some kind? Ooh, vulnerable. Okay, it's not exactly good. Let's go and check out the Castellan here though. 26 HP, 8 willpower. He is fully maxed out. He has 99 resilience. That's really good. 5 move speed. Yeah, he's a pretty solid guy here. He has a fucking wealth of abilities. So we could move. What does that do? Deals 6 damage, knockback, no stun. Okay. Cleansing flame. Target a blast area right here. What does that do? Afflict burning on them. Interesting. Or crushing charge. Huh. That could hit both of them there. They are both seed carriers though, actually. That is quite useful. All right. Anyways, let's start off with Purgator Thule. He is going to be able to shoot both of them here. Scatter shot's not going to quite have the range, so let's just go for simple stripping of the armor here and doing a bit of damage there. This guy has quite a bit more armor, so let's go ahead and strip that armor as well. And we could have Thule, we could have Crow run up and kill this guy here. And then we can use Honor the Chapter on him to finish off the other one. I think we will go ahead and do that. All right, Crow, let's see what you got, buddy. Damn, smacked him straight in the head. And Crow does have 1 more action point here. We could force strike it. That's not going to do anything, though. Gonna get a nice meaty chunk of damage right there. We're gonna go and Honor the Chapter here. Oh, Ilanthus is out of... is he out of action points? Or is he just... Okay, there we go. We can Honor the Chapter. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. And that way we can finish this guy off here.
Yes, Commander.
Oh, we could have just had Ilanthus run up and kill him. Okay, that was probably a mistake on my part. That's okay. We'll go ahead and run up here. We won't detect that patrol, hopefully. It looks like we didn't. All right, Storm is going to have to play catch up here. Ilanthus is going to fall behind here, so we're probably going to be using Honor the Chapter a lot this mission. We can't really go for a warp surge version of that though too often though, as we will definitely not have the willpower to do so. All right, here we arrive at the first bloom spawn. We are gonna get a warp surge in 2 turns though, so we do need to be quite careful about that. Let's go and move Storm up to right there, and let's bring the Castellan here, the Purifier here, Crow, and let's bust this fucking door down. Here we go, boys. All right, we've detected the bloom spawn here, and the patrol looks like a plague priest and 4 cultists, and here comes the warp surge. We should have waited here, but there is a giant explosive barrel right there, so maybe we can use that some way to combat these guys here. Swollen flesh, +2 armor to all of them. Not exactly ideal there. Could have Thule run up here and do a shitload of damage to these guys. We do need to get one of these guys out of the way though. We could have Crow run up here and smack the piss out of this thing. Let's go ahead and do so. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that with Crow. Here we go. Boom. That's going to take out quite a bit of the armor there. We're going to get a warp surge, not this turn, but the next turn. So this will be Crow's last action point here. We could do Rend the Unclean here. We could also do... activate reduces the warp surge by 50%. Huh, we may want to do that next turn. He has a crack grenade, which is going to do quite a bit of damage to these guys. We may want to hit these guys with a crack grenade here if we can hit all of them and not hit Crow. That's going to be all 4 of them hit with a crack grenade there. Let's try that. That's very useful, actually. Wow, that is a fucking powerful ass ability. All right, let's go for the teleport strike on Storm. Let's hit this guy here, and then we will teleport there. And we should be able to finish this guy off here. There goes the Plague Priest. Plague Priest down. There's 4 seeds collected, I believe. There's quite a few seeds there collected. We could throw a grenade here to finish off these other 2. There we go. I should have maybe moved it over a little bit there to hit the hit that there as well. We can strip the armor off this or kill this guy flat out. I think we will kill this guy flat out so he can't shoot us. The tree. Oh, he gets an action point refresh. Oh, I like it. All right, let's go and hit the tree. All right, that's going to take quite a bit of damage here. Iolanthus can come up and strip the armor off this thing, or he can defeat the tree here with a... Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Let's honor the chapter here on Crow. And here's what we're going to do. To avoid getting a warp surge this turn, we are going to use this ability right here. Reduce the warp meter down to 35%. That is going to prevent a warp surge this turn. And then we are going to finish off the tree here. And we should be able to do that with Iolanthus here. Could hit both of these things with a grenade. I think we might want to save that grenade though. All right, let's have Thule come up right here with 2 action points, and we could either have him shoot the tree or shoot this thing. Let's go ahead and have him shoot this thing. We always have Iolanthus there to finish off the tree. That would probably be useful. That's going to clear off that little bloom spawn artifact there. And let's bring Iolanthus up here to finish off the tree. And down goes the bloom spawn. Very nice. Looks like we got 2 Plague Marines there. Not too big of a deal, honestly. That's pretty easy to deal with. One of them is right next to there, to that explosive tank. We are going to get a warp surge next turn. I think we should slow down, deal with this patrol, and then go ahead and move on to dealing with the rest of the enemies here. Let's go ahead and deal with this guy first, though. We can move this guy or Iolanthus up to here. Let's go ahead and do that. I don't think Crow is going to be able to have the... I mean, we could crushing charge this way for 1 AP. Let's go ahead and do so. Oh, sorry. Blasted you guys out of the way there and did some damage to ourselves in the process. That was not exactly the smartest thing in the world. We can teleport you over here. That is going to cause a warp surge next turn, though. Let's just go ahead and have him run up this way and over to here. We will get ready to proceed that way.
Ready for battle.
All right, very nice. All right, Crow can come up here and smack this guy in the face. He is going to be out of action points, though. Ilanthus has 1 action point remaining. Let's see here. It's such a funny noise, man. You cannot honor the chapter. He could throw a grenade here. That's not going to finish him off, though. Cannot move to shoot him either. And our Purgator is way the fuck back here. Yeah, he can't really do much either. Could have him move over this way. Let's go ahead and have him move over that way. Crow is going to take some damage here. That's okay, though. Let's just go ahead and set up an Overwatch field maybe this way. And that way, if this guy does move, we will get a hit on him. But I think that's all that we can do there. Yep, he's going to attack Crow there. Maybe Crow gets a reaction. Nope, he does not. And this guy is going to move back out towards the other Plague Marine. This guy's probably going to shoot Crow. Yep, he's going to shoot Crow. Crow's going to take quite a bit of damage. Okay, maybe he's not as powerful as I thought he was. And we are going to get a Warp Surge next turn, though. Although we can deny that, though, through the use of Empyrean Domination. Yeah, we could deny that Warp Surge. That might be quite useful indeed. Let's go ahead and move the Justicar up to here. We'll see what we can do with him here. Maybe I should have moved Storm over towards these guys. We can shoot this thing. That might be an option here. Let's go and do that. That's gonna blast him all over the place over there. And that will be Ilanthus out of action points. We can okay, looks like we're gonna take a melee strike by running that way. So let's go ahead and run over here and finish this guy off with Crow. This is tough. This is very tough. All right, let's teleport Storm over here. Let's go for a teleport strike. Fucking finish this guy off here. He may get his point back, and he's gonna get the point back. Let's fucking go, baby. Now we definitely have enough to finish these two off, and he's gonna get another action point back. Dude, Storm is an absolute beast, and another crit there. Finish off that patrol. Very, very nice indeed, Storm. You are the god of this squad here. Okay, well, I don't know what the fuck that was, Crow, but did you see what Storm did there, man? Look at that. All right, let's go ahead and move up to this door here. I don't think we need to pop it open this turn. I think we will, but let's see if we can move up Ilanthus to do it. That would be quite ideal. Storm is going to be out of action points. Yeah, let's go ahead and move Storm up, or Crow up right there. And let's go and pop the door open with the Justicar, as we like to do here, just in case they are ready for us here. All right, there we go. Nothing is happening there. Looks like we got another door we got to kick through. Go and stack up on that. Enemies are going to gain 1 reinforcement here with the Warp Surge. All right, let's go ahead and stack everybody up on the door here. Storm, can you go to this right side for me, buddy? We are probably going to detect the patrol as soon as we kick down the door. Crow, stack up right here, buddy.
At your service.
Thule, let's have you stacked up right behind Crow. And Ilanthus, kick that door down, buddy. Okay, I don't know what the fuck you are. There is a big explodey barrel right behind them, though. That's quite nice. Next time, we're definitely gonna have to deal with that Warp Surge behind us. Or the reinforcements, at least. Oh, that's not ideal. I really hate it when they do that. All right, there is a blue seed here. And then we got to finish off the bloom spawn back there. All right, let's go ahead and move the Justicar up to here. And can he actually throw a grenade here to hit that? It looks like it is going to hit that. If nothing else, this is going to destroy the cover. So I think we will do that. Still basically a tier 0 grenade. And that is going to blow it up and knock both of these guys forward. That is super convenient here. Looks like he's going to do something there. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing. Let's bring Thule up here, though. Let's bring Thule up and finish these two guys off. All right, Thule. Hit him with the scatter shot. It's not going to be quite enough to finish him off, but I think we can have Storm do a teleport strike there to finish him off. All right, that's going to take down the Plague Marine there. Very nice. All right, he's going to have to reload there. Let's go for a teleport strike here, and then we can pop out over here. Right there. Teleport strike initiated there. All right, looks like we got the tree here now. He does have... That is going to use up all his AP to do that. Could teleport him again. That's going to leave him with 1 AP. We do not have enough willpower to honor the chapter here. We're going to have to go around. Let's leave Iolanthus back here to deal with this, whatever this warp surge is back here. Let's move Crow around the left side here. I'm going to run... Yeah, I'm going to run Thule through it. But Storm can come up here and hit him with the Hammer Hand ability. That is going to be a guaranteed crit. There is a little pod back here that we could hit as well. Yeah, let's go for that hit on there. See if we can finish that thing off. And it's going to be a crit. Man, I love Storm, dude. He is an absolute fucking beast. All right, we can do +2 damage there. We can strip off the armor there. That is going to come back next turn, unfortunately. That's going to do a little bit of damage to Storm. And here comes 2 more Plague Marines. All right, let's go ahead and set up to deal with these guys here. Let's go ahead and get Thule back over here. Let's go ahead and move Iolanthus up here as well. He does not have any action points really to do much here, but we can move away from these guys, so I think we will. That's an explosive tank there, so we do have to be a little bit careful of that. Let's use Crow here to strip the armor off, and then we will use... oh, looks like we got a crit there. Very nice. There goes all the armor. And we could have Crow finish it off, but I'd rather have Storm do it, because Storm's actually going to receive XP for this.
Return your squad and I shall attend to the remainder below.
Another one down.
I don't know if that's the end. Yeah, it is actually the end of the mission. Very nice. All right. That was pretty good. That went really well. The only thing is we did get a little bit of damage on the Purifier Storm there, or not a Storm, Crow there. Returning back to orbit here to the Baleful Edict. Very successful mission. Honestly, not too bad at all. And we are going to get those seeds there. We did gain 2 seeds, luckily. We almost didn't gain any at all, but we are going to get some tier 3 falchions for Storm and some tier 2 power armor, maybe. Let's go ahead and grab the tier 3 falchions, as they do pretty damn good. And we have some tier 2 armor here as well. Ooh, what is this? Ooh, increases the chance to trigger auto afflictions there. That's a tier 2. Yeah, that's not exactly ideal. Extra passive slot, that might be useful. Let's go ahead and save that requisition though, as I think Rugen already has that armor. Okay, we acquired a mastercrafted level 3 weapon, and Justicar Iolanthus is going to promote here. Let's see, what do we want to do here? Yeah, I think we want to go for Ren the Unclean, and we're going to get him 2 more willpower in the process, and then this ability is going to gain 2 damage and +1 blast area. Wow, that's actually really good. I think that's what Crow already has. That is going to be the Justicar upgraded there, and we are going to... Let's see here. I don't think we're actually researching anything. Yeah, we're not researching... building anything. Let's go ahead and ooh, do we cancel the research and go for Codex Toxicus? We can do it. Should we though? That is the only question. Yeah, I think we are going to wait for that research to finish. That does reduce the warp surge per turn on systems that we have attuned prognosticators to. So I think that is quite useful indeed. Let's go ahead and head back to our central spot here. We're going to have to wait 9 days to finish off the current research there. That's what I was kind of worried about, was starting a new research as we were going to acquire a blue seed. We could actually, let's go ahead and pause time here. We could actually go for this mission here as well. Very low level threat. Yeah, that may be a good idea to do. I think we should go for that. That's going to give us a tier 3 halberd, tier 1 Terminator armor, and a tier 2 servo skull. Yeah, let's actually go ahead and travel to that mission there. But ladies and gentlemen, we have run out of time in this episode, so I will go ahead and end this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to the channel members for continuing to support. Thank you to Tyler, Tobias, Walter, Moses, and Jared. Thank you guys so much. I really, really do appreciate it. And yeah, we're going to end off here on day 348. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Stay safe out there, ladies and gentlemen, and peace out.